Police on Montreal's South Shore are turning to the public for help in the growing fight against fraud. The Longueuil police force has released images of 13 suspects linked to so-called bank impersonation scams, schemes that often target elderly residents, and they've been on the rise in recent years. Of course, they target those vulnerable people under a sense of urgency, tell them they need to give them their banking details, PINs, etc., in order to scam those people. Now, this is all part of what's called Projet Salut, where investigators are asking the public to help identify suspects, and early results suggest it's working. Let's find out how. Jacqueline Pierre joins us on the line, spokesperson for the Longueuil Police Force. Jacqueline, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good day.
So, why don't we talk about the problem first? Just how bad is it right now?
It's actually something that gets us really worried because in the past years, if you look at 2021, in the year, you only had 41 cases. We have to be careful with the numbers, though, because these are numbers that has been taken by people that actually called us and told us about it, right? Mm-hmm. So in 2022, we had 65 cases, 2023, 135, the year after, 322, and last year, 373.
Oh, my God.
So it's getting really bad. And so far, in 2026, it's pretty early, but monthly, I could say, well, so far, we have a little decrease. We had 21 in January 2025, now it's at 21. No, we had 29, now it's at 21. 38 is now 30 in February. And in March, 44 became 7.
So the numbers are clear. It's just growing, and it's growing in a big way, and it's obviously it's too high, okay?
It is.
So why do you think that fraudsters, scammers are using this method so much? Why is it de rigueur amongst the fraudster set?
Why necessarily? I think that is because it's related to the fact that it's so easy, it's so fast, and people they really actually they actually play with people's feelings, right? Somebody that's older, that's home, that didn't really have distractions or really isolated from his friends, family, is somebody that's a good target, right? So when they see on the internet or their friends around them makes money so fast, so quickly, so easily, that's when it gets more popular. That's one thing. And second of all, technology makes it so easy with the internet today. They could find your number, they could find your address, your name so easily. I think that's the reason why they tend to go through with that type of fraud.
Let me ask you one other thing and this is one of my gut feelings about why this is so prevalent. I want your opinion on this, and that is what happens to those who get arrested. I've seen the stories of people that do these scams in Quebec. Yeah. And then it seems like, okay, you guys do your job. Like the Longueuil police catches the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then the justice system says, okay, here's you're gonna do a house arrest for a few months. Here's a slap on the wrist. It seems like the justice system tells people that do these frauds, it's not that bad. We're gonna let you out pretty quickly.
And especially with the fact that a lot of people that got involved in crimes in the past months, years are pretty young, so they're minors, so they get minor sentences. But in that case, when it comes to that type of fraud, only 1% of our suspects are underage. So I would say that when it comes, like you just mentioned, when it comes to the police force, we do what we have to do. When it comes to afterwards, unfortunately, I cannot pronounce my opinion about it. But you said it.
But can I ask you, is it discouraging when you do your job and then maybe you don't see it play out through the rest of the process?
It is, but the mentality is we do what we have to do, right? Mm-hmm. And we have nothing to be ashamed of. We work well, we work properly, and we work fast. And my hope, I guess our hope is to see a difference, a change when it comes to that part.
But we
still have to keep on working, right? We cannot be like discouraged and then say, we're not going to work anymore. Let's just not waste our time or energy on that. We have to work on it.
Well, absolutely, because if that would happen, then all hope would be lost. We're with Jacqueline Pierre from the Longueuil Police. So let's talk about Projet Salut and what you're doing here. I'm seeing these images of these fraudsters. Boy, did you get great photos of all these people.
Yes, we did. Technology is a great thing sometimes.
Yeah, so tell us about this, and what should our listeners know? Maybe if they should be going to a website to see these photos, how can we help you?
Actually, I just want to talk about what you just mentioned, the fact that afterwards they get a slap on the wrist. Let's say that Projet Salut is actually one of the best sentences on the net, on the actually accurate concrete, because that person that did the fraud has his face on Facebook. It has his face on X. It has his face on every platform where you could see the suspects. So how would you feel when your mother, your cousin, your sister sees your face in there? Sometimes that's like really satisfying for us police forces, first of all. Projet Salut started last January 2025. We had then 12 suspects to identify. The investigators, they had so many investigation on their desk, and they were like, we have the face of the person, we know what he did, you know how he did it, you know how much money that person took, but we don't have a name. How can we get that information? So they came up with the idea, why not just spread the faces everywhere? They must be known by a friend, a coworker, a student, an ex-girlfriend that just could tell us a name. So we did. So in 2025, in January, out of 12 suspects, then we had 6 people that have been identified. So that's not bad. So after that happened, we said, why not March 2026, we do it again? So out of 13, in less than a week, we released the pictures on March 17th, and in less than a week, we had 8 people that were identified positively.
Well, that is unbelievable.
We're so happy.
Those are results, right? And quick results at that.
It is. Less than 7 days. So we're really happy about that. And you know what? The message is to the people that have been scammed, we are behind you. We're not forgetting you. Don't be shy if anything happens to you and you feel like it's suspicious, it's weird. Just don't be shy. Just call 911 or a family member and friend, because we're right here. And we're also sending a message to the suspects. If you think that you're going to go and get the money and live your best life, it's not going to happen. You might going to have your face on Facebook and all over the news next 6 months, you know?
So, and for our listeners here, they should, the moment they have a doubt, the moment they get a phone call, someone shows up to the door, if they have any doubt, they need to trust their gut here, that something's wrong. Call police, call a family member. And
the fastest you make phone calls, you take measures, the less money they could take from you. Because by the second they call you and they make you feel like you have to take action right now, it's an emergency, you have to do it now, that should ring a bell. That should be your first red flag. So once anything happens, you just hang up the phone. You just call back the number, not the caller ID. Do not take the number on your caller ID. Call the number behind your card. Do not give your PIN number. Call back your bank, and then just make sure everything's okay. If it's not, then you know what? You just trust your gut feelings, like you mentioned. To not give. There's no way a bank is going to send somebody to take your money, your PIN, your card, your jewelries now. Now they're asking for jewelries, for cell phones, laptops. There is no way a company, a legit company, is going to do that to you. So that's my advice.
Listen, we've had a great segment here. You're such a terrific voice for the Longueuil Police.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming on. So I'm going to direct all of our listeners here to go check out the Longueuil Police and their social media. I'm looking at it on X right now, and it's Police, SPAL, like SPVM for the Montreal Police, SPAL for the Longueuil Police. Search them out on Facebook, on X, wherever you are, and you can see these videos of these fraudsters and maybe help out and catch a bad guy as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Jacqueline Pierre right there from the Longueuil Police.
Hello, Canada.
This is Bryan Adams Radio. Hosted by Bryan Adams himself.
We'll play a few of mine, a ton of my favorites, and some must-hear behind-the-scenes stories from the world of rock and roll.
I'm coming to get you!
One thing about doing rock and roll so long is you end up meeting a lot of the people that you admire. Sometimes you even get to work with them.
It's only love, and that's all.
Bryan Adams Radio.
I'm coming back to you.
Now available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Everybody